So the complexities of family law, right? On the day-to-day, we see issues of infidelity. I had them chased. I had a private eye on them, and I saw them, having an affair. And how does that impact your family law case, right? There is a component when we look at family law, we look at divorce specifically. We look at, was there any marital waste? Were any marital funds used in connection with that extramarital affair? And if so, what was the amount? And then we take that into account when we're doing the equitable distribution. Now, keep in mind, I've said this before, equitable distribution is not always equal, right? There are certain criteria or certain things that we look at to make it unequal. It could be this marital waste component that could make it unequal. It could be some premarital assets or premarital components of things that make it an unequal distribution. So it doesn't mean that both sides are going to always end up 50-50, right? If there's kids, we add something else to the mix. Do you have a prenup? Everybody should have a prenup, right? Most people should have a prenup. It doesn't take much, but it sets forth everybody's rights and obligations when and if there is a divorce. So is there a prenup? Then we look at that and we see, okay, what are the next steps that we need to take in, trying to bring this divorce to a resolution? Because ultimately, guys, you need to resolve the case, or you should resolve the case, if at all possible. I'd say 99% of cases settle, but there is that 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever percent, right? If we're not being specific, that don't settle. And so at the end of the day, you have to find a good attorney that is looking at the law, that knows the law, that knows their clients, that has a good rapport with their clients, and that can bring some sense of peace and calm in a situation, but at the same time, be a pit bull. My partner was just talking to a client recently. He's like, I know you want me to be a pit bull, but my role is not just to be that. I can't just be the one that's barking. I have to be the one that's bringing some sense and normalcy into the situation, because unfortunately, in a divorce, most people are not normal. Most people are going through the worst times in their life, and it brings out the worst in everybody, unfortunately. And when there's kids in the middle, it sucks even more because they're being pulled in the different directions of the parents. So, yes, extramarital affairs are, a component that we look at when we talk about marital waste. But that was a question that was asked recently, so I really wanted to sit here and talk to you about it. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out. I'd love to answer them. Remember, I am not your attorney. I am just here giving you some thoughts and tidbits of information based on Florida law and what I know based on my experience, but I am not your attorney.